one.
I know, it was deep throating.
Deep throating.
It's about to pop out my chest.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my...
Awkward. We watched Romulus in GDX.
Ooh. That was the best way to watch it. If you did not watch it in Dolby, is it the same thing as Dolby?
It's similar.
Okay.
I don't know if that's like AMC's thing. They also have Dolby, so I don't know what GDX is, but it looked sensational.
It looks sensational. Honestly, the graphics of this movie is really the main point of going to see this movie.
I could tell from the first 5 seconds. It was already giving 2001: A Space Odyssey.
And she hasn't even seen Prometheus yet.
No, I haven't. I've only watched the first Alien movie and then half of the second one. I kind of fell asleep.
Which actually, I found out that this movie is after part 1. So we could watch part 2 now and it would be in the storyline.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah.
Part 2 is after this one?
Yes. So it's
Whoa.
Prometheus, then Covenant, then it's Alien, then it's Romulus, then 2, 3, Resurrection.
I think I might get into this series, like for real, because I really like how it looks. I think when we were like in that space age era of film, when Gravity came out.
I've never seen Gravity.
What?
Yeah,
it was actually good.
Okay.
But Gravity came out, and then what's that other one that everyone's obsessed with Matthew McConaughey? Interstellar. Then that Matt Damon one. I don't like Matt Damon. The one where he's stuck on Mars by himself.
I haven't seen that one either.
That came out. I think I liked all of those, but I kind of like put them all in the same category where I'm like, okay, over that, especially because it's like very CGI. And I think because this one is trying to stay true to the originals. Yeah. It looked amazing. Like I felt like they did a lot of practical things.
Yeah, they
mixed
did.
in.
No, I think they did a really good combination of CGI and practical effects. There were some scenes that were like very CGI, like when they brought back the guy from part 1, I thought that was really cool. I love like the fact that they went in and you got to re-experience the set designs from part 1. Okay, so funny enough, me and Gabriella were both under the impression that they went to the same exact ship as from Alien Part 1 and that they encountered Ash, which was the artificial intelligence guy. But we didn't know until I was editing this that it's actually a totally different ship. Totally different guy. His name is Rook, actually. So please keep that in mind through this review because it's probably not going to make that much sense what we say if you actually know the storyline. Like that throwback was so awesome.
That was sick. It was funny how his mouth looked. It kind of reminds me of...
That was what I was going to say. There was the guy, like, he was a mix of the two, but there were some moments where I felt like they leaned too much, especially his mouth when he was talking.
It looks bad.
It was CGI, yeah.
But I... Honestly, you watch all of Sopranos, right?
No.
Oh, fuck.
I've only watched like season 1 and half of season 2.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay, but
I
was going to say that for people that watch Sopranos, they spent like $250,000 on like the craziest, most advanced CGI because, spoiler, his mom... The actress of his mom dies in real life. Like in real life.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
they didn't have like this final scene with her. So they CGI'd like a bunch of things that she said throughout the show and put it on top of an actress. And it looks like shit. It looks exactly like this. It looks exactly the same level. But back then in like the early 2000s, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And I kind of liked this because it kind of gave old CGI.
Okay.
So I was kind of like, okay, it's still kind of giving like vintagey.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess the fact that you can make that connection is nice, but at the same time, it's like we're in 2024 now, bitch. Like let's make it look legit. I think if they would have used practical effects with him talking, like I know that they're capable of making an animatronic that like can do lip movement. So I think they should have just stuck with that for this guy in particular, especially considering how prominent he is in the storyline of this movie. They should have made him
He was in it a lot.
He was in it
I thought it was going to be like a cameo.
That's what
I
thought.
He was in it a ton. And also, I don't know if it was just a CGI, but it made him look like Mr. Bean.
He does kind of look like Mr. Bean.
He kind of does. No, I feel you. I was going to say exactly that I've seen some videos about this too. How the hell has CGI not advanced more? Like it should be undetectable at this point. It actually almost seems if you go back to older movies
it's gotten worse.
That it's gotten worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to think if they had to do anything like that in 2001: A Space Odyssey, but the fact that that was completely practical and all like miniatures, it looked amazing. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, it kind of looked better than this. Yeah. Let's go back.
I think this movie really nailed like a good combination of the two, though.
It did.
The set designs I felt were very immersive, and at least the parts where they use CGI, like when she kills the aliens and the blood's like floating around. I was like, that's CGI, like the blood, but it looks so crisp.
It looked amazing.
That was the perfect time to do it because CGI has this smooth shine to it. So yeah, for the blood, that's an appropriate use.
Yeah, I was sitting there thinking, oh my god, I want to learn After Effects and learn how to do shit like that. It looked so sick. A lot of it looked cool. The ship looked cool. I felt like they made a lot of great choices, and yeah, I think it's just because they had to tie it into the first movie, so it forced their little Hollywood hands into making it look good.
Okay, but overall, I think this movie was a really fun watch, but it's like, it's one of those things where they make the characters make stupid decisions for the progress of the film, and it's like, okay, I know that the characters have to be stupid in order for there to be a story.
Okay, I was thinking that too, but I was thinking, okay, but how would I want this to play out? And I couldn't think of a way for you to have conflict without people being stupid. Yeah. And I will say that people in real life are stupid as shit.
That's so true. I think that too, especially when it comes to friends and family. They're like, I don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, in reality, if my brother was like being held captive by a fucking alien and I heard their voice, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. I will risk my life. Right. Because if I survive this, knowing that I left you back there, it's not a life worth living.
It's not a life worth living. Dude, there was a movie. Did you see that movie where they're like, it was a stupid ass movie. It came out a couple years ago. They're like trapped in this cabin. It's like the end of the world. And it's like this gay family with like a daughter. And they're basically like, you have to kill your family and it'll save the world. And like all of these things are happening. Like they're plagues basically happening to the world. Whoa. And they're like, if you just kill your family, then the world will be saved. And I was getting pissed off watching it because I'm like, I'm so sorry, but me personally, I'm gonna save my family. I know that might be super controversial. But me personally, I'm always going to save my family. I would die and put myself in front of a train for any one of my family members. I'm not going to just let them die.
Yeah, it's like, what world? This is my world at the end of the day. So if my family's not in it, then I don't give a fuck about this.
My perception is my reality.
Right, so, exactly. I would do the same thing. I'd be like, you want me to kill my mom? You shouldn't have told me this shit because now I'm going to kill you, bitch, for even trying to convince me to do some shit like that.
Well, also, your human brain is emotional. Like when the AIs were talking about like, oh, they're too emotional to make the right decision. It's true. Like, I mean, maybe I'm gonna be empathetic and I would be like, y'all stay here, I'll risk my life to go save my sister. Right. I kind of thought he was too selfish to be like, let's all go. It's like, bro.
Well, he didn't tell them to all go. He went and booked it and then the girl followed him. So it was an emotional attachment that was just trailing on. And then the other guy, the robot guy, Andy, he was just like, he was one that was like, because humans.
He was on the update. He was on his update shit.
But even on the update, what annoyed me about Andy was that he was making this like sad puppy face the whole time. He looked like he was constipated the whole movie.
Okay, I was gonna say that I actually really felt for him and I liked his character. I thought it was really smart how they were able to change him throughout too.
Yes,
it was really cool. But I was gonna say the same thing. I'm like, okay, so he's supposed to have no emotions, especially with the update, and he's still like this the whole time. I'm like, why is he sad for?
I don't know. And it was funny too. There was a scene where the guy called him. He was like, we don't let fake people.
Oh yeah, like I don't like fake people or something like that.
Yeah, and then Andy was like, we prefer artificial person. And it made me think of this one blooper from Cat in the Hat where the cat is doing a petition to like rescue dogs or something, and somebody called it a dog and he was like, we prefer canine American. Yeah.
Did you hold my dog?
Okay, I have a problem with the word dog. I don't use the D word per se because I think it's really, really wrong. Yeah. but I will happily hold your canine American. Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what you're talking about.
I don't even know why that came into my mind, but like my life, honestly, is just Cat in the Hat references.
You're like corny.
We prefer artificial person. Like that's an emotional response to make.
Yeah, what do you?
You don't
what
give
are
a fuck.
What is he? A snowflake? He has emotions. Yeah, I was honestly like, what did that add to the story?
Yeah. Plus, it's like, couldn't your mind calculate the fact that this guy's being a dick to you on purpose, and you're gonna respond?
Calculate that.
Yeah. Let me clap back at this guy. No, you're just gonna be like, okay, he's just an even stupider human.
I think that the reason that they had to do that is because if he would have been a flat, unemotional character, nobody would have felt for him.
Right.
So they kind of have to contradict themselves to make him a well-rounded character and have a character arc for him.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to feel like
Sad.
Rain loves him. So he has to be emotional. So I'm like, why don't you just say that if he's going to be AI,
right,
the whole point of an actual AI is that they're self-aware and they get sentience and they actually have feelings and emotions and they feel like a human. It's artificial life.
Right.
So I'm like,
artificial emotions.
he could have emotions.
Yeah.
If he's so advanced.
And I think she really, Rain, was that her name? The main girl?
Yeah.
I think she really felt for him because that was what her dad last programmed him. And she like felt an attachment. Like that was the last connection to her dad that she had. And that's why she felt like he was such family. Cause it's like a part of my dad is living in you.
Well, I don't know. If I had like a freaking human looking robot, it looks exactly like a human. And its only job is to take care of me. Like I'm going to love that.
Yeah.
Robot.
Yeah. I'm going to treat you like family.
Yeah.
Like I don't want you to die because even all of these real humans around me, they don't give a fuck about me. No. The only reason they even wanted to include me on this trip was because I had you. I know. Like they would have gone to space, got these fucking Cairo portals on their own. I don't even think they would have invited her ass. No. I would have been indecisive about going. I'd be like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go because clearly you guys have the spaceship and I want to get off this planet. But if she had a way to do it on her own, I would have been like, no, I don't want to be a part of this mission and get my own spaceship, take my own dude and do it the fuck myself.
Well, and that was supposed to be like her ex-boyfriend, right?
Right.
I was like, I'm not trying to be stuck with my ex-boyfriend for 9 years in a cryogenic chamber and wake up on a planet and one of the only people I know on the whole planet is my ex. Ugh.
Yeah, that would suck.
But I was like, okay, they were acting like she was conflicted. I'm like, dude, clearly they were going to keep her a slave forever. Like the lady literally goes on her computer and doubles her time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I mean, you literally had no choice.
Yeah.
I would choose aliens, honestly, at that point. Even if I knew there was going to be aliens up there, I'd be like,
I'd rather die in space in a cool way than to die here just being a slave to the coal mine.
Have black lung and just die. Ew.
Yeah, exactly. Because she's gonna reach her 24,000 hours, and then the next time she goes, they're gonna be like, actually, now you have to reach 60,000 hours. I'm gonna be like, fuck.
They're like, double it or give it to the next person. She's like, double it, give it to the next person. Okay, wait. Actually, I just saw this right now. If they have these AIs that are unemotional,
yeah.
Just make like 1,000 more of them and make them work forever and give them the objective to just be in the mines and let everyone else go somewhere else.
Maybe he's like one of the only ones available because they had to go through her to get him. They could have just found another robot guy.
Yeah, true.
So
but just
she must have had him for some weird reason. He's one of the last ones standing, or maybe one of the only ones on that planet that they're stuck on.
I don't know. You know what? I'm actually, we said the opposite about Cuckoo, but like for this one, I'm actually down to see another one. They did a great job.
No, honestly, the storyline for these movies, they don't have to be perfect because the visuals are so worth it. Like, you can be stupid. You have full reign to be a stupid in this movie because I want to see the aliens. And the best part about this movie, I think for me, is the fact that we got to see a new alien. We got to experience a new monster.
Okay, we have to save that and put it in our back pocket. It was fucking awesome.
It was fucking
awesome. Okay, I was going to say, everyone that I hated died. So I'm fine with that. I pretty much hated every single character except her and Andy. I half like him.
Yes.
And then the main character, I didn't. Okay, for some reason, I watched the trailer with you.
Right.
I don't know if they showed her. I feel like I didn't see the main character. I forget her name. Kaylee, whatever. She's from Priscilla. Did you watch Priscilla?
I didn't watch Priscilla.
I really like her. I think she's going to be like the new kind of it girl, but she's very demure very cutesy. She's not giving me anything annoying or anything. I really like her.
Yeah, she did a great job acting in this movie. So
I'm gonna say this.
What? Say it.
I like her better than Sigourney Weaver.
Really?
I don't like Sigourney Weaver at all.
I've never really thought of Sigourney Weaver too much to have a full opinion on how I like her acting, but I love the movies that she's played in. I love Alien. I love Ghostbusters.
They gave her great parts, but I don't feel like she was eating it up in the first Alien movie. Like, I was expecting her to have a way bigger part. I just watched it for the first time like a couple weeks ago, but like, I don't know. She was giving me nothing. Not good acting. Okay. Boring, stale cracker, tidy whities.
I think also it's the character. The first Alien movie is just really annoying because she's just very like this stickler, like very cookie cutter, space cadet. Mm-hmm. And everyone around her is just being assholes. So I can see that fitting her character. And I won't even tie that to Sigourney Weaver. I don't know if she just didn't have that much room to play with as like having a personality and selling it that much. But it was also the 80s. I think the acting at that time wasn't.
I mean, no, it might not be her fault, but I just didn't like that character. And I liked the character in Romulus better. I feel like she is really good. It was still very subtle. It's not like you know a ton about these characters, but
you don't.
I felt like she was really good at like making me care and be invested. Like, I was really invested. I was on the edge of my seat.
What I really love about this movie is the pacing. Mm-hmm. Like, there's conflict since the very beginning, and it just keeps evolving into another conflict, and it really just feels like a journey through the whole experience.
Yeah.
Can I bring up, oh my gosh, this was so funny to me. When they're literally tiptoeing around all these face huggers. And
his
fucking walkie-talkie starts blowing up, and he's like, hello? Yeah, no, I'm not busy. Yeah, I could take this.
Yeah, like, what? Why wouldn't you mute that shit before you go through?
Exactly.
It's like, okay, if one of these gets on us, not only is our life ruined and all of us are going to die, possibly our entire, like, the human race or whatever the fuck they are is going to die too. Oh, yeah, let me just leave it on full volume.
Right. Like, you can wait for another 10 steps until you got into the next room, you idiot. Also, you can't even sweat, but you think you can whisper, hey, what are you doing? Yeah. We'll be right there. No. And she was looking at him like,
I was
looking at him the same way. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I was so Andy in that scene too. He was like, and then he was like,
these damn humans.
Run.
Yeah, and then he was like, you almost let him out. He's like, but I didn't.
I loved that
like,
too.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah. Let me do my shit. Like, did you calculate it? No. He's here, isn't he? Shut the fuck up. We have a mission.
Your brain is about this small.
Yeah.
My brain's about this small, but it's way more powerful.
I got that M2 chip, bitch.
Stupid. Okay. I feel like if you just came from a planet that's absolutely fucked, you get on this, it's like, we have to survive. It's like next level. It's like you were going through World War II or something crazy, and it's your one chance to escape. You get there. There's AI. I'm thinking they have some knowledge of AI. Like, oh, hey, AI knows everything. They get there. What was that one bald girl's name?
I don't remember her name, but I know what you're talking about.
Weird name.
The first one that dies.
Yes. So she gets the alien on her. The AI is like, you guys have to kill her. Like, she's done for. There's nothing you can do about it. And they're like, no. And especially the British guy. I fucking hated that guy. He's like, I knew you were going to try something stupid. I'm like, bro, dude, shut up. Like, dude, this is your one chance of survival. Oh, and then guess what happens? An alien rips out of her freaking chest.
Yeah. And the fact that they were so willing to ditch everyone else on that spaceship when she's the problem here.
Right.
And I thought it was so funny, though. Like, they made all this fuss about getting away. And as soon as they get in the ship, it fucking crashes immediately. I was like, you deserve that.
I'm so glad you said that, because I was going to mention that. First of all, the pregnant girl, the sister, hated her ass. Okay, first of all, so she sees the alien rip out of that girl's chest. Nobody else saw that. That's pretty privy information. Hey, guys, once the alien gets in you, you're fucked. It deep throats you, and you're done for. The baby's already inside of you and full grown. She sees that, first of all. Yeah. Then the ship starts going all whack crazy. Even if you're not a pilot, you can't fucking grab the wheel and try to turn it away and not crash it into the ship.
No, she's literally just holding her the whole way. Like, we're all about to die, but let me just cradle you.
Like, as what? She's already dead. And then when she gets there, it's like, oh, she just forgets that information. It's like, oh no, save me. Like, honestly, if it was me at that point, I already saw it happen before my eyes, then I get got, I'm gonna be like, stay away from me. An alien is gonna come out of me, or just put me out of my misery and shoot me in the head.
Right. I would sacrifice myself for my family to get them, or to save them by killing myself.
Right. And then we have to save this bitch like 2 or 3 times.
Dude, she should have died 4 fucking times in this movie.
It was so annoying. She survived the crash. Then
she fell out of the fucking spaceship.
Yeah.
That bitch should have been paralyzed.
Wait, that shit was so funny.
That was funny.
I'm sorry, it was so funny the way she felt like a rag doll. And then they're like, oh, she's fine. I'm like, bro, the baby's already dead too. Yeah. They were like, oh yeah, the baby inside, it's all good. I'm like, girl, she already went through like 3 abortions throughout the freaking. I was like, girl, she hit the ground. She would have already been like at least concussed. The baby inside is definitely jungled.
Yeah, and that baby is gonna be mutated if it does come out. Which actually,
it was.
I was so happy when they like brought up these little black vials, and he was suggesting it to her. I was like, please take it, please take it. When she did it, I was like, dude, we're gonna get something crazy at the end. I was on the edge of my seat. Once she took that shit, I was like, when is it gonna happen?
She's such a dumb bitch too.
She's such a dumb bitch. I love that for her.
Kaylee goes, yeah, I don't trust this. Like, I'm not gonna put. I mean, she heard that shit. Like, oh, you shouldn't use this. And then she's like, she already risked her life, put her in the elevator, send her up. She's like, all you gotta do, get up there, walk like 5 feet, and put yourself in the cryo chamber, and you're gonna be all good. She's like, what?
Dumb hoe.
She is such a dumb hoe. Like, she was such a dumb hoe.
She really made the movie. Honestly, if it wasn't for her, it would have probably been boring.
She was the dumb hoe catalyst of the whole plot. Yeah. She was the plot. No.
She was the plot.
Dude, when that baby came out.
No, honestly, okay, so you haven't seen Prometheus, but the beginning scene, I still don't understand, but something about her genetics and I guess how they combine with the aliens, it's just, it makes me like want to piece shit together. So
yeah.
when I saw the baby, I was like, no fucking way we're about to get one of these things in here.
Awesome.
But it was a new one entirely. The fact that it had the tail and the bony, like, no, they went all the way out
like
for that
a
shit.
Freaking humanoid, Slenderman, greasy little alien man.
Ooh.
It was
and then it
sick.
had these little octopus fucking craters on its back.
I loved it, and it was like freaking 8 feet tall. And then right when it like took its tongue out, I was like, it's gonna suck on her little teeth. I feel like it sucked all the juice out of her. They showed her arm and it was like this big. I was like, she sucked everything out of her.
Dude, like deflated like that one bitch from the cigarette commercial.
Yes, that's literally what I was thinking. It's so funny because I was saying that's what I wanted to happen in Cuckoo, that they would like suck everything out and it would just be skin and bones, and it happened. I was like, wait, this is the movie I've been waiting for. I'm so tired of movies not giving me a good ending.
Right.
And even with this movie,
give me something crazy, and they fucking did that shit.
And then when you think it's over, it keeps going.
I know. I kept thinking that the movie was going to be over like 5 times.
It was awesome. It was kind of such a throwback to Sigourney Weaver having to get the alien, like suck it out of the ship. And the way she had to do it, Rain had to do it, was way sicker. I did like the first one, but this one has like updated acting mixed with everything that I liked about the first movie. So I'm in.
And the last movie that came out was Covenant, and I actually really did not give a fuck about that movie. I was like, I'd rather watch Prometheus a million times and just forget this one exists. But this one really, it resurrected the whole thing. I'm excited for the next one, if they have a next one.
I think they will. They definitely they set it up for it. But it's probably going to take like 4 years.
And they actually use practical effects for this film too. Like, I liked seeing the behind the scenes. Like, I got videos of it on my Instagram feed, and it was like remote controlled little like dudes. Ooh. And how they made the originals too. Like, there's so many little BTS. I would have like a bonus feature DVD for this. Like, this is one of those movies that it's like, I want to watch the bonus features. I want to see the second disc with all the that's commentary really and shit.
I liked how they played with the gravity. And they really set that up from the beginning when they crawl in, and it's like, oh, the gravity generators are going to like reboot, and then it goes on and off. Yeah. That was genius, because I was wondering, I was like, again, I've said this, when you show a gun, this is a literal smoking gun. When you show a gun, you got to use that shit. Right. So I knew.
Unlike Cuckoo.
I knew someone was going to use it. I thought it was going to be like one of the idiots, and it was going to be like another scene where, oh, now they have another challenge they have to get through.
Right.
But the way that they actually use the guns in a great way and were smart and had to be clever, I would have never thought of that.
Right.
Like turn the gravity off and now that blood is just floating around.
And by the time that came back up, I almost forgot about it too.
Yes.
So it was like, oh shit, you're right. And the actual gun itself, like I forgot that bitch had that gun. And now all of a sudden it came into play.
Perfect.
It came into play. They know how to set it up and they know how to give it purpose. Unlike other films like fucking Cuckoo, where they just keep throwing all these, setting up all these little plot things. And then it goes absolutely nowhere. Why is she listening to music? Why is he doing the fucking flute? Why do they have a dog?
I really think the writing of this was good. Even everyone being stupid. It was like, it was all for the plot. It had a reason. It furthered the movie.
Exactly.
Like, you gotta have that.
It's a sci-fi movie. It really, as long as they have the balance of stupid shit, but an engaging storyline. Right. That's all I care about. Give me stupid shit. I don't give a fuck. People are stupid in real life. You're so right about that. But
especially under pressure. People do dumb shit. I remember what I was going to say, though. Okay. About the shots. So I'm thinking, okay, this has been like years since the first movie, right? Or this ship has been abandoned for at least a good amount of time. That liquid created a freaking alien baby very quickly. So I'm thinking, what is the AI's idea? Like, I'm like, didn't they test this and already see that one of the rats turned into an alien within like an hour?
Well, it's because that artificial intelligence, the guy, I don't remember too much from Alien 1, his motives. But I remember from Prometheus, I feel like it's a similar thing where it's like he actually really doesn't give a fuck about humans and he uses the company as a facade to allure people into pretty much fucking
destroying
themselves.
The human race.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's why.
Oh man, that would have been so good to know.
Yeah.
Because that actually adds to the story.
I don't remember exactly how the first one ended. She just left the spaceship, but did he be cut in half before she left? Because it kind of gives this illusion, if not that he was left on the ship, and because the aliens, he's not human, they don't give a fuck about him, he's like manipulating the aliens to continue with some experiment, and that's how he did the rat test. He created this vial, and that's now he's like, somewhere along the lines he got fucked up by the aliens himself during these experiments, and now he's like, oh shit, I'm back to life. I can like manipulate these people to continuing what I started.
I guess there's a gap there, or there's a gap. I just don't remember what happened in the first movie. I mean, maybe he got destroyed and then he heard people come on the ship. He was like,
because they did not create a vial in part one.
No.
So that's just my imagination.
Wait, but I like knowing that he hates the humans. So he's like, take those vials back and give it to everyone.
That's how That's how the first AI guy is in Prometheus.
So you think Andy's going to turn evil in the next movie?
No, I don't think so at all.
Okay.
I think he's been perfected by that point.
I wonder if it's even going to follow them, because I'm like, I don't think that Rain was infected unless that humanoid's going to come back and find them.
I would love if it came back. Honestly,
I want more of those shits.
I want
a whole movie with that being the monster.
Ooh, and the way like its bones were popping out and just like
it was scary looking.
It was a perfect combination of an alien and a human.
Yeah, it was actually. It was good.
Great movie.
This is the first movie that we like on this channel.
Really? We fucking did that. Okay.
I think we liked Long Legs actually, but this is like better.
Yeah.
This gave us the good ending.
Movie, honestly, a 4.5.
That's what I was gonna say. 4.5.
Yeah, it was great.
If you could watch it in 3D somewhere, I don't know if that exists, do that. Because we were like, oh my god. It was like almost there. We just watched Coraline in 3D and it just has like that depth, and it was just almost there. I was like, dude.
Right. It's crazy we have the same thought. She turned to me and was like, dude, if this was in 3D, and I was like, I was thinking the same thing.
It would be awesome.
It would be awesome.
Yeah, you guys should watch this.
Yeah,
that's it.
Absolutely. Finally, a good review.
I know.
And there was still funny shit to joke about it too, but it's like,
yeah.
It's just good. It's just fun to pick apart movies like that. The characters are always gonna be stupid. Like, let's just get into it.
I had a great time, and I was feeling like shit. I don't know if you can hear, but like, I've been feeling so shitty. My dad actually has COVID, and I keep testing. I don't have COVID, and I'm like, am I making a new strain in my body right now?
The alien's about to come out of you. Like, the COVID.
COVID baby. Okay, wait, actually, did you guys even notice that we like branded ourselves? We got this at the movie theater, and it's like some strong ass 3M glue that we just put on our skin.
We are branded. We do the shit for the company.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.